Okay, I'm making a new septic system. I have my friend helping with the digging and the design. It was designed by an engineer, but he's helping interpret the engineer design. And this is a system for 7 bedrooms. It consists of a 2,000-gallon tank and then a chamber for the pump system. So the material goes in here. This is the septic half of the tank. There's a bath hole in the middle. And then this is the part of the tank where it clarifies the water by settling. And then the water runs out of the tank here through a filter and then into the pump system. And in here there'll be a pump that pumps the water out of this 2-inch outlet and then underground over to the field, which is over there. And it's set on crushed concrete, which is pretty accurately laid out. I was told that if the base that it sits on is not just perfectly flat, you can break the tank when you first set it down. I think this one weighs 18,000 pounds empty, so having a good base is good. It's also directly in rock, like that dark stuff there is a rock, and we've been breaking it out. So now that it's got this nice flat gravel pad, I think it's going to be pretty steady. So over here is the drain field. So we're going to run a pipe over to here, and this field is made completely of sandstone. There's 10 inches of topsoil, if you will. Then there's this rock layer. Then there's this interesting not rock layer underneath. And then from here all the way down, we think, is this solid sandstone. This sandstone exists in other places in this land, and I believe it to be pretty thick. If we break through and there's something interesting about it, I'll make another video. But this is 3 days of digging or so, 2 layers of the hammer breaking these rocks. This is like 2 days of rock production. Luckily it's dry so far. We haven't had any groundwater seeping into it, which is good. This is a kind of big or kind of large machine and a pretty large breaker, and it's moving along. So we're breaking it into this rubble. You can see that it came down here, the machine came down here, and then we pulled out all the produced material with this mini. And so the machine came down here and broke all the rocks, and the mini cleaned it out. And now it's starting, it went up the end there and then broke all this, and now it's going back for another pass. So what happens is we put the business end of the breaker at the edge, maybe a foot, 2 feet in, and then we break off a rock and let it release into the broken area. The broken area allows you to have somewhere for the rock to go. If it's completely confined, like you put the hammer out there in the field, it's really hard to break through. But when it's got somewhere to go to, it helps a lot. And yeah, so that's the septic project, which is running concurrent with the barn concrete project and the counter welding project and all the other projects I'm doing. So that's some crushed concrete that they brought in, and yeah, so that's the beginning of the septic system. This is 12 feet wide and 92 feet long, and it's going to be, I think, 10 feet deep. That's probably 5 or 6 feet down there, probably 5 feet over here. So we have maybe 1 or 2 more days of breaking and cleaning, and then the health department will come out and observe the hole, and then we're going to put all this rock back in the hole, and that'll be our 4 to 5 feet of rubbleized material. Yeah, there's a lot of septic systems out there, but not very many of them are in solid rock. So it's a little unfortunate, but that's what we got. So anyway, hope that's cool. Thanks for checking it out.